Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Faye, and as you can tell by the title, in today's video I'm going to give you guys some signs to look for if you think that you may be transgender. But before I do that, please like and comment on this video, and of course subscribe and join the family. So being that I am a trans woman, I'm going to be speaking from that perspective. So the first sign that you may be transgender is when you do not like being referred to as a boy or a man. The pronoun he/him makes you gag. But yeah, I remember like early on when I would ever hear like he or even bro, it would like trigger me, but not to the point where I felt offended until now, obviously, because I'm transitioning. But that's just a sign to look for that you may be transgender. Sign number 2 would be when you look at yourself in the mirror, you just do not like what you see. This mainly can be referred to as your outer not matching your inner. So for trans women specifically, when you believe that you are a woman and then you look in the mirror and you just see a man, that can cause gender dysphoria. And if you feel that, that is another sign that you are transgender. And just a word of advice to anyone that may feel like that, I say don't sit in that feeling. Like, don't just be like, okay, like I don't like my outer appearance, but it is what it is. I say it's time for you to take action and fix it and do what you need to do to make your outer appearance match what is on the inside mentally. Take action when it comes to your life. Do not wait. Do not sit in this bad energy. Wake up and do what you gotta do. Now, sign number 3 may sound a little bit weird to you guys, but just hear me out. Another sign that you may be transgender is that you have an infatuation with women. Now, listen to me. I'm only gonna speak from my perspective, but growing up, I've always had this infatuation with women. For example, I loved pretty girls, girls with nice bodies. Obviously, when I was young, it was very confusing for me because I always knew that I never wanted these women sexually or like in any type of romantic way. But now that I'm older, I finally defined that the reason why I was so infatuated with these women was because I low-key wanted to be like them. I wanted to be as pretty as them. I wanted my hair to be as long as theirs. And I wanted my body to look just like theirs. Just the whole female form in general was always so intriguing to me. Like, I never ever related to anything masculine ever. But obviously at the time, once again, I was so young, I didn't equate that to being trans because there was no like visibility for me until I was older. So if you have an infatuation with women to the point where you want to look like them, emulate them, you may be trans. Now, there are obviously other reasons why you may want to emulate the female form. Like, for example, you may do drag or you may be a cross-dresser. But once again, I only speak from my perspective. I never wanted to do drag, and I am obviously not a cross-dresser. So that's why I know that that sign related to me being trans. Another sign that you may be transgender is that you feel like you're put in the wrong box. Now, when I say this, what I mean is we obviously have gender roles when it comes to our society, unfortunately. So, for example, for men, they are expected to, be the leader, be assertive, play sports, work hard, sweat, all those things. And I knew for me that that was never my vibe. I never fit into those roles. That's why I was never really friends with the guys. I never really wanted to hang out with guys ever. When I think back to my childhood, literally all my friends, obviously I had a couple guy friends, but the majority of my friends were female. So I advise anyone that may feel this way to really acknowledge how you feel when you are with a group of men. For example, if you are with a group of men and you just feel uncomfortable, you don't feel like you fit in, that may be a sign, because when you go over to females, you feel more comfortable. That's an obvious sign of gender dysphoria and that you are trans. Now this next sign is for any young kids that may be watching my videos. So obviously we all go through puberty and we develop certain characteristics. So for example, developing male characteristics like muscle, broad shoulders, a deep voice can really, if that makes you feel uncomfortable, that may be a sign of gender dysphoria. I remember when I was in the 9th grade, I've always had a deep voice from a very young age, and I was like always uncomfortable with it. But again, I was young, so I obviously didn't equate that to being trans. But for anyone that may be young, I want to say around like 13, 14, that may be going through puberty and may not feel like their body is forming in the way that they want to, you may be trans. So those are some signs to look for. Now I want to switch over to ways to take action if you have come to the realization that you are trans. So number one is obviously changing your pronouns, seeing how that feels for you. If you have any close friends or family that know who you are as a person, let them know what you're going to do and ask them to refer to you by your preferred pronouns, and just see how it feels for you. See how it feels to be called ma'am, she, her, and if it feels good, then you're doing the right thing. Another thing that I would advise you to do is just to experiment with clothing. If you always wanted to wear dresses, wear a dress. If you love crop tops, wear crop tops. This is your decision, this is your journey, this is your life. So do what you want to do and just experiment, see what works for you. Another tip is to obviously change your name, find a name that fits you and your personality, and just tell people around you to refer to you as that name. Really just create a new identity for yourself. And yeah, that's really it for today's video. And I want to leave you guys with some parting words. We all have the right to live our life the way that we want to. So don't let other people hold you back from your transition. That is the worst thing you could do. When you are trans, this is your journey, no one else's. As always, please like and comment on this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.